they still try to train people. But even back then, back in 2006, when I went through school, it was still just like, let's pass everybody. Everybody got a CDL. Even though back then they at least tried to train people. Nowadays, it's like if you can't get your CDL and you have a heartbeat, there is something wrong. It's just too easy nowadays to get a CDL. And that's the problem that we're having. That's why there's so many people dying. That's why there's so many wrecks. And another thing is, I actually did some training. I trained drivers for like 7 years. So after I learned how to drive and I was proficient, I started training drivers, right? And the biggest thing I had a problem with is they didn't want to be out here. They were just out here on the road because it was something they were doing until they got another job. They weren't looking at it as a career. And honestly, the industry doesn't treat it as a career anymore, even though a lot of those drivers have made it our career. So there's not that passion in it for a lot of people. And it does take a lot more than just sitting in the truck of the seat or the seat of the truck and driving. There's more to it than that. There's a lot of work that goes into it outside of driving. Okay. And we could talk about that all day long too. But until you're actually out here, I don't know how someone could do it, but find you a trucking friend. Like if you don't have a trucker buddy, go find you a trucker buddy. If you're not a truck driver, you're just an everyday person, go find you a trucking friend and go ride with them on the road and see what they have to do. Okay? If they're a real truck driver, they're doing a lot more. There's planning, there's math, there's physical stuff, there's mental stuff, there's isolation, there's mistreatment. Like you get mistreated by everybody. Okay? The best time in trucking was during COVID. And it's sad because it was the worst time in our one of the worst times in our country. And yet it was the best time for truck drivers because we got treated so good. We were appreciated, But anyways, so I hope that answers your question. It's easy to get a CDL nowadays. It was easy to get a CDL back in 2006, but it's even worse now. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. They keep on lowering the training periods. So there's your answer.